Hello friends, thank you again for joining me at my desk and sharing your time with me. I really appreciate it. Today is I still want it to be, stationery related in some way, but I wanted this video specifically to be about the art of writing letters. It's something I've been doing for a very long time, something that brings me a lot of joy. And I think if more people wrote letters, the world would be a kinder and gentler place. But before we do that, I'm going to really romanticize this moment by pouring my exciting to me, lime bubbly into a wine glass with ice. And I hope that you all have a drink as well that we can sip while we do this. Usually this fits perfectly. Let's see. Okay, I can't express enough how much this whole process is just about romanticizing everything, okay? Because yes, I could easily just send someone a text message or an Instagram DM or a phone call. But instead, I'm taking the time to write a letter. And what a beautiful thing to get something in your little mailbox. So let's get started. I have a few different pieces of paper that I was considering. Obviously, these post stamps aren't the actual post stamps I'll be using. They'll be for decoration only. And that can get a bit complicated because let's say this is the envelope I'm sending. I have to make sure that the post stamp that I'm actually using to send things is the one visible so that it doesn't get confused. These can only be for decoration. So I usually have to do like a double envelope situation, if that makes sense. But anyway, I just wanted to have these visible to me because I want to use them. And I do have lots of them, and some of them are organized by color, so that could be helpful. I have these beautiful textured papers that I could have some fun with. These are more textured papers. They're called Natural Textured Paper by Mu Style, Life MU Style. And then these papers here, I only grabbed one, but this was a white piece of paper that I tea stained myself. So I like it. I think it gives it a lot of character. So I might use this one, although I do really enjoy writing letters on vellum. I think the experience is just very unique to read a letter that's, see-through, but you just write with a permanent marker and it works. And then you can, it just gives it a really unique element. I do also have this little bag that's exclusively my letter writing papers or extra extra postcards that I've collected over the years but haven't used them all for various reasons, or I'm just waiting for, the perfect time to use them. So they're all in here as well. And then I have different types of paper, different envelopes that again I collect. I'll show you those. Let me pull them out. Yeah, or different sized papers. More tea stained paper, especially if I don't want to write really big letters. I have smaller spaces to write in, and it feels like less of a commitment because I know not everyone has an entire page's worth of things to say, and that's okay. I also love, going back to the whole vellum topic, I love using clear envelopes as well, because there's so much room for creativity, because you could either use a fun paper underneath and therefore it's semi-visible before it even arrives. I also will sometimes put rose petals inside, or I'll take some lavender bits out of my little cushion and put them in here. So not only it's like a multiple sensory experience, you know, there's like the tactility of it, but there's also the scent. I mean, perhaps some people would find this situation annoying where there will be little lavender bits, but I love the smell of lavender and I think it's very calming and just a nice touch. So I do love the vellum envelopes, and I've found the vellum envelopes really hard to come across these days, so I do often just make them myself out of a vellum sheet and turn them into various envelopes. This one was pre-made. I did not make this one, but just in case you can't find them, there are ways to do them yourself. And yeah, I have a lot of different textured ones that, again, I usually buy in bulk because you never know when you'll need to send someone a beautiful letter. Alas, I guess I'll need to make, these have always been my favorite, these like really natural paper textures. I think they're beautiful, but maybe for the sake of showing an example, maybe we'll stick to the vellum because I think it's so beautiful. Okay, let's do that. Okay, I have now selected the textures and things that I want to play around with. So I think I'm gonna do one letter in this combo, and then I'm gonna stick to the double vellum or the double clear for another one, so I can get rid of this extra one. I use this Midori pencil board that's really quite large to use as a guide to make sure I'm writing straight on these papers, which is really very helpful. However, now that I've said that, I really want to lean into the see-through element, so I think I'm gonna trim this paper. I won't be able to use any of my fountain pens. Well, I guess this one's waterproof, but it really is best to write with like either a permanent Sharpie or, you know, any like waterproof permanent marker. It's just what's most visible on the vellum. This one's a brown and 2 black. Let's try that. We can do small tests here. Yeah, see, I don't know, I feel like this one comes out, maybe blue isn't the right word, but it does come out with a different tint. Whereas maybe this one's the Pigma Micron so far, I think. I think this one's too thin. Yeah, this one's a 0.05. Too thin. So let's go. I'm using the Pigma Micron in a 02. I mean, this is what I mean. It looks so beautiful. Do you see that? Oh, I just think it really gives it such an elegant feel. But you didn't really do anything all that special. You just chose see-through paper. But I really think it elevates the experience. Like if I received this, I would immediately feel more fancy than I am. And that's a nice feeling. This one might be nice to just keep it quite simple. I'll obviously do a wax seal, but I was thinking too, maybe some sort of ribbon would be nice. The thing with ribbon is, you know, it's a bit of a gamble as to whether or not it will make it to its destination. Sometimes I do ribbon throughout. Like I'll punch holes here and put the ribbon in that way. I had mentioned I had some of these book pages that I tea stained as well. I really like adding texture, like on corners. This part never has to be perfect. think I'm playing a risky game with putting post stamps that aren't the official ones. I don't know if that could cause any confusion at the post office, but also I'm like, you should have advanced enough technology where it shouldn't be an issue, is my personal opinion. Oh well, let's try it. If not, they can send it back to me. Oh, this one's also so lovely. This is for a very important person. Please deliver it quickly. I love this stamp. Let's do this one. Now, should I do it here or here? Maybe here. So cute. Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing as I did with the other one, which is just to trim this to size. Okay, I hope we can all brace ourselves for what I'm about to say next, because it is a bit obnoxious. And honestly, I'm not even ashamed, but I really want to use the dip pen that I got in, drumroll, Venice. Yeah, I hope you can see her in all her glory. She's got like these beautiful like gold flecks. She's stunning. She's everything. And I'm perhaps gonna use the ink that came with it, which is a sepia ink. And then, as always, best to test things out first, so we can do that first. It's gonna get everywhere. She's juicy. Okay. I'm quite nervous because I can't use this as a guide. The paper's too dark. So we're just gonna have to hope that I write this in a straight line. This is so crooked. I'm redoing this because I don't like how crooked it is. Okay, I've cut a new piece because it started off well and then we got so slanted. But again, I don't know that I'll be able to not write so slanted. It's hard. What if I trace like this way? If I use this as my guide. Sometimes you just have to redo it, and that's okay. So I could reuse this paper at the bottom for something else, but I'm happy with it being disposed of. Let's put this in here. Now we have this one and this one. If I put flowers in here, this is the real question. Will it get targeted as like foreign objects coming into a different country? And little rose petals, but it looks so beautiful. I think I have to take the risk just for the beauty alone. Okay, I won't be able to write who this is for until I finish filming because you'll see these people's address and I can't do that, but we can do the wax seals now. So for this one, I think I'm gonna go with my blacks wax beads, I think, just to make that pop. And then, so how that works is I'll put this on the flame. Two is typically enough, but I'll do 3. And then for this one, I could do my gold ones. I think that could look really nice. I have a ton of them. These are the sticks that I would have to hold up and burn myself. A white one is always really elegant. But I think I'm going to stick with the wax beads. I'm going to grab a paper towel because I'll have to wipe that down in order to put the next color in. Okay, we gotta make sure we have one of these ready. Okay, and then this is also one of my prized possessions from Italy. It's from the same, you know, the glass work. It's called Murano glass. So I love this one, and this one has my initials AN. So that might be, you know, really lovely. Although I have some other ones that I love. I have a world map. I have a compass, which I love. The compass is so timeless. A thank you. A flower. Just an A. Quite a few things, but I think I'm going to go with my initials and the compass. So that's melted now. Gotta make sure north is up. Okay, the time of truth. And we can wipe this. And that's really it, friends. All I have to do now is write their names, their address, and walk it across the street to the post box, and they'll be on their way. Yeah, this process is so therapeutic for me because it obviously gives me a chance to do something very meaningful, and oftentimes I can express a lot of my emotions in this way, but it's also quiet and calming, and knowing that it can bring some joy to my friends is such an amazing thing. So yeah, these are how they turned out, with their little seals at the back. Yeah, they're so cute. I've got to cover my address. Yeah, it's so lovely. Anyway, maybe I'll leave a clip at the very end of me putting them in the post box, but other than that, that's all for this video. Thank you so much as always for sharing your time with me and watching this video. I really, really appreciate it. And yeah, I will see you in the next video with a more journal-centric topic, I think. But yeah, let's blow this puppy out and be on our way. Yay. Okay, oh my gosh. Sorry. Okay, see you when I see you. Bye.
This is quite truly the worst weather to be doing this in, but hey, we're here. We've made it.